was just rolling out some red fondant for the basque, and we're going to do this in 2 strips. We're going to have one corner strip here, one corner strip here, and then we're going to join the 2 down the middle in a V shape with some black lace across the middle, and then some frilly bits on top. So we're just going to create a piece here and a piece here, just to create a bit of a raised edge that we're going to put our basque, either side of our basque on. So I've got, just over to the left here, we've got our piece of fondant rolled out, and I'm going to just create a nice straight edge here, like so. Just create 2 strips, like so. In fact, I'm just going to create a 3rd one. The other one was slightly too thin, but that should be about right now. And then what we can do is we can lay that in position a moment. What I'll do, we're just going to taper this in slightly, like so. I'm just going to roughly position this in place. And then we're going to taper this one in the other direction, like so. Obviously we're not going to need all of this. This isn't going to be seen, by the way, but you'll see when we lay the next piece of fondant on top that it gives a bit more of a defined edge. Okay, so I'm trying to trim those and then stick them in place. I'll do the final trim in a moment. Let's get our paintbrush and stick these in place. Okay, and then with a little knife we can just trim the edges off. Like so. And clear our mess out of the way. Okay, so we're just going to work out the angles we need here. So we need a bit to go on the corner here. So we need a piece. So we need this side for the left hand corner. So I'm just going to trim this down. In fact, we need the top right hand piece for the left hand edge. And what Daniel's going to do is this left hand edge, we're going to drop down here, bring it up. So let me just move this around and you'll see what we're going to do. Just need to move this down a little bit. And this top of this fondant here needs to rest across the nipple line. I'm going to ask Daniel just to move out of the way now. And pull the fondant down for me. And we'll probably start at the top and work our way down. Bearing in mind that we're going to add a frilly edge to this, and so we can cover up the edge in a moment. We can straighten this all off. very shortly. Always at this point, this is quite delicate, so it's quite tricky to get right, so it's helpful having a yeah, so it's quite delicate, so it's helpful to have another pair of hands to help you out. I'm not going to use any puns here. Right. So we're just going to trim down the edge here, Danielle is. Okay, so we'll do the same on the other side now. And for this, I'll trim the top off this one just to get a nice straight edge. So just across here, like so. And then this is going to be the edge that goes down here. So we're going to flip it over on the other side, like so. Flip it around, and then this top corner here will go up here. So I'm going to let Danielle hold the bottom weight. When I bring it in, we'll try and get a similar sort of height, like so. We'll just work that round. And then we can work the edge in. As I mentioned, we've got the frill to come in, so it's not going to matter at the top there. We've deliberately left it a little bit lower. So we're going to be covered up shortly. It's going to smooth the edges in a bit to define this edge a bit. And work the edges around. And you can see here we've got our join, or our indentation, and you'll see when we put our lace in that this gives a nice little effect to the cake. And just smoothing the fondant out a little bit. Okay, and then we can just trim off. The edges. And the next bit we're going to do is roll out the fondant again for the ruffles across the top of the basque.
Right, okay, so I'm going to make the frills now. I've got my frill cutter out. I'm just going to place it on. Move my fondant out of the way, because obviously I want want to keep it round, I don't want to keep rolling it and rolling it out again. So I'm just going to keep it as flat as I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the little disc out. So we've got a hole now. And now I've got one of my boning tools. I'm just going to roll slightly to get the edge flat. And you can do this with a cocktail stick, which is mainly what I actually do. Now you can use sugar paste for this, but I'm just going to use normal fondant. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply take it off. I just want to cut it in half, or one side in half, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick it up and I'm just going to run it along the sides of where it's got to go, and then with my cocktail stick and my bottle, I'm just going to run it along like so again, and this will elongate the ruffles. And again, I've showed you how to do it with a cocktail stick. It's really easy, you can just roll it. And you can see how it does start to flatten and how the ruffles will start to take shape. Like so. And then what I'm going to do I just want to get it really as thin as I can. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to go back around the other side, trying to get the ruffles as thin as I can.